If TON 618 replaced our sun right now, you wouldn't see a giant black hole in the sky. You wouldn't see an accretion disk. You wouldn't even have time to scream. Because you wouldn't be looking at the black hole. You would be inside it. Right now, as you watch this, you are imagining a black hole as a scary object in the sky. But TON 618 is so big that if it sat where the sun sits, the Earth would be buried deeper inside it than a bacterium floating in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. To understand the scale of this catastrophe, we have to look at the numbers. The distance from Earth to the Sun is 1 astronomical unit, AU. Pluto is 39 Australian dollars away. The Voyager 1 probe, the farthest human object in history, is 164 Australian dollars away. The radius of TON 618? 1,300 Australian dollars. If this monster replaced our Sun, its event horizon wouldn't just touch Earth. It would extend 40 times further than Neptune. The entire solar system wouldn't just orbit it would be deleted from existence before the laws of physics could even send a warning signal. But, let's give ourselves a fighting chance. Let's move TON 618 back. Way back. This is where things get strange. Let's pretend we move TON 618 to our nearest neighbor star, Alpha Centauri, for light years away. Usually, a star at that distance is just a twinkling dot. But TON 618 isn't a star. It's a quasar. It shines with the light of 140 trillion suns. Even at 4 light-years away, a distance that takes a rocket 70,000 years to travel, TON 618 would shine in our sky 200 times brighter than the full moon. It would cast shadows at midnight. It would be bright enough to read a book by. And that's the problem. It's not just light. It's X-rays. At 4 light-years away, the radiation from TON 618 would be so intense it would strip away our ozone layer in weeks. We wouldn't be sucked in. We would be sterilized. To survive this monster, we need to go further. I'm about to reveal the terrifying Goldilocks zone of a quasar, the only place you could survive orbiting TON 618. So, how far do we have to run? For the Sun, the habitable zone, where water is liquid, is 93 million miles. For TON 618, you have to do the math. Because it is 140 trillion times brighter, the habitable zone is pushed out by the square root of that number. The result? To get the same amount of heat we get from the Sun, you would have to orbit TON 618 at a distance of 300 light-years. Let me repeat that. You could be orbiting this black hole from a distance greater than the height of the galactic disk, and it would still feel like a sunny day in Los Angeles. If you were any closer, the oceans would boil. Imagine a sky where the Sun isn't a yellow ball, but a swirling vortex of orange plasma and jet black nothingness, hanging there for eternity. It would be beautiful. But there is a catch. A quasar isn't stable. This brings us to the reveal, the death beam. TON 618 isn't a light bulb. It's a cannon. It emits massive jets of plasma from its poles, traveling at 99% the speed of light. If our solar system happened to pass through one of these jets, distance doesn't matter. These jets can punch through entire galaxies. If Earth crossed the path of the jet, even at 300 light-years away, the atmosphere would ignite instantly. The oceans would flash steam. The surface would turn into molten glass. Living near TON 618 is like living in the barrel of a shotgun that never stops firing. And we know this happens. Just last week, astronomers measured the jet from a similar monster, Phoenix A star. It extends for 2 million light-years. That is 20 times the width of the Milky Way. If TON 618 replaced the Sun, its danger zone wouldn't be our solar system. It would be our entire corner of the universe. But wait. We talked about the light. We talked about the heat. We forgot about the gravity. Even if we survived the radiation at 300 light-years. Ton 618 breaks the galaxy. Its mass, 66 billion suns, is 5% of the total mass of the Milky Way. That sounds small. But gravity is a dictator. If you dropped TON 618 into our neighborhood, it wouldn't just sit there. It would destabilize the spiral arms. It would eject millions of stars from the galaxy. It would drag our solar system into a chaotic, elliptical orbit that plunges us into the deep freeze of intergalactic space. We wouldn't die from the black hole. We would die because it threw us out of our home. So, here is the choice. If TON 618 appeared, would you rather be close enough to see the accretion disk and be vaporized instantly? Or be far enough to survive, but be flung into the dark void between galaxies forever? This matters because these monsters aren't just hypothetical. In November 2025, the James Webb Space Telescope confirmed that the early universe was packed with these things. Little red dots, baby versions of TON 618. We are lucky. We live in a quiet, boring time in the universe. If humans had evolved 10 billion years ago, we wouldn't have had a night sky. We would have had a sky filled with angry, burning eyes. And we might not be safe forever. Our galaxy is moving towards the Great Attractor. There might be a monster waiting for us there. The good news? Ton 618 is 10.4 billion light-years away. The light we see left when the universe was a toddler. For all we know, it has already starved to death and gone dark. We are safe. For now. But if black holes eat everything, where does it go? Does TON 618 have an exit door? Some physicists believe that at the bottom of the singularity, there is a white hole spitting matter into a new universe. Are we living inside one right now? That's our next investigation. Thanks for watching. The universe is terrifying, but that's why we love it. Keep looking up, and I'll see you in the next one.